this if it's correct. I don't know. Oh, that's should be here. Okay. That's that. I mean, you can pop this out. And when it starts, then you can, I guess. And then let's do this. Let's see. I mean, you can pop this out. And when it starts, then I think that's alright. And then let's do this. Alright, friends, let's copy this. Set this link to never expire. Bro, invite link expires, and I had this on never expire, man. What's that? Man, generate new link. No limit, never generate new link. I don't know, it's that sucks. It's always changing. Okay. What's this? Pin message. It's here. Yes. It's the stream. For some reason you have to connect it every time. You are currently signed out. Okay. I don't get it. Let's see. Oh. Right. Isn't this? All right. Full screen. Select broadcast. Edit the thumbnail. Is it correct? Okay, that's okay. This thumbnail. That's the wrong one. Let's change this thumbnail. Okay, I think we are streaming. Looks like you're ready. Click here. Go live. Alright. I think we started the stream. Okay. Is it working? This chat is disabled for some reason. Stop chat. Restart chat. Then pop this out again. Can start then. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, I think for now we can continue his shading. Let's do that. See, I think right here I can continue. Let me first do the lighting. I think that's the one, right? Yes. That's a bit too weak. Let's see, let's make this for now to this. And then can light them up appropriately. I mean, I want to make this lighter here. And then maybe right here. on his tail. A bit lighter. Let's see. Maybe something like this. This was a bit too much, maybe. It's bugging out a bit for some reason. Maybe something like this. Okay, it's bugging me. Right. And then let's decrease the exposure a bit. Maybe like this. Then also I want to add this lighting effect, this reflection from above to this side and this side. Is it that? No, that's the bubbles. I think this layer. No, that's also the bubble. Where was this? I think that should be it. Yeah, that's this reflection layer. Let's just copy this and then put this right here. Why can't I? Okay. And then let's mask this again. And then of course we have to remove some parts. Okay. I mean, something like this. Maybe let's just go over this part again with the exposure. Alright, something like this maybe. And let's copy this again. Or not this, but this. And then we have to do the same for his tail. I love this reflection, by the way. Something like this, and then of course clip this. And then the same. You have to mask some parts out. Let me... And then we have to, of course we have to mask the parts out that are in shadow. Because there would be no reflection there, right? Doesn't make any sense. But here, where we have light, it's a different thing. Something like this, you know? So... I mean, if someone is watching on the phone version, you can just switch to the full version. It's on my channel. I don't know if someone is watching, but let me see. Okay. Let's go back to this. Alright, I think the reflection look already pretty great. Let me see how this is doing. Yeah, I mean you have to mask this out a bit too, I think. Maybe here, and then here it's a bit too much. But something like this maybe. Something like this. That already looks pretty nice. Then let's just continue with the shadow. What is this? Concurrent? Okay. This has no use, I think. Alright. And then this time I have the tablet set up, so I can draw the shadows much more easily. Let's make this continue here. I think that was, yeah, I think that was the shadow part. Alright, maybe we can make this more realistic. We have to, yeah, we have to shadow this correctly. Now it looks more 2D than 3D. We have to work on this a bit more. Quite a bit more, actually. Is it? Anyway, let's continue for now. This part should be darker. Oh, wait a second, I did a mistake. This was not the layer where we do this, but instead we had another layer here, right above his mouth or under his mouth. This was the layer, right? I mean, we have to continue here with the shadow. So let's do this quickly again. And then can change this later on. Something like this. Something like this. Then you know what? We have to make this more dark. Let's just make another layer. Should we do this with exposure? Let's try exposure then. Let's do something like this. Then you have to make this quite dark for it to feel like 3D and realistic. This part, at least. Something like this, and then you know what? We have to erase this part here. It's not correct. That's not how it should be, because the light comes from above. You know, from the upper side here, of course from the sun. And that's not quite correct, but rather we have to, I mean, we can do this right now maybe. Let's make another exposure layer, and then this time we want to light this up So let's name this lighting, and then that's the shadows. Let's name this. Let's name this also shadows. Okay, something like this. Okay, why is the music not working? Okay. Wow, that sucks. Okay, let's continue on the lighting. I mean, wait a second. Did we? Alright, we have to invert this, of course. And then draw with white. I mean, is it bright enough? I don't know. Maybe increase the... oh no, let's leave the flow as it is, maybe. But wait a second, I want this to... let's do this over again. I want this a bit different. The light should fall on his lips right here. Maybe it's too dark. Let's turn this up. Yeah, like this. And then I think that's the most fun part for this kind of project. Maybe something like this. Maybe it should be even brighter. Is it bright enough? I don't know. For now, let's leave this as it is. But then also maybe increase the flow of the brush. And then only the corners. A thin line around his lips. Just a thin line. As thin as possible. And then maybe what we can do is go to the mask of this exposure layer. And then here we can change the smoothness and the contrast. Let's actually increase the contrast a bit. That makes it a bit sharper. Alright, now it's a bit too sharp. Is it actually too sharp? Let me think. I think it's okay. I mean, for now, let's leave it like this. I want it quite sharp, but let's erase this part a bit. Then actually let's go to the mask again, and maybe let's decrease or increase the smoothness. Maybe not. Maybe let's increase the smoothness, and then the feather. I wanted. It was a bit too sharp, maybe. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, maybe something like this. Actually, I mean, I'm kind of perfectionist when it comes to that. Let's increase the contrast a bit more. Okay, maybe something like, let's leave it at that for now. Already looks okay. But then I want to, you know, his mouth is a bit too smooth. I have to change this. I have to change this up. Actually, let's go to his mouth. Was this layer, I think. And then with a sharp, let's do this with the hard round brush. Then let's make it very small, actually. And then we have to zoom quite a bit for this part. I want to make this more organic feeling. That's now, you know, now it looks like a smooth line. It's not really feeling realistic. But if we mask some parts out a bit, you know, maybe not that strongly, but maybe, you know, just give this a bit more roughness in some parts. Like it's very subtle, but it makes quite a bit of difference. Actually, it makes a real big difference. Actually, wait, is it? Nah, that was already good on this side. Maybe let's, you know, just a bit of unevenness. Something like this, maybe. Then maybe more here. And you know, and if we zoom out, like already you can see already it looks much more organic. Much more organic. Man, that makes such a difference. Sometimes with these artworks, like realistifying Pokemon, some really small changes can make a really big difference. But that's, you learn that with experience, I guess. And with also quite a big thing is to like watch nature, you know, maybe some documentation about animals and so on, and then you can watch, you know, how that's created, and then you can copy some things from nature. Yeah, I mean, something like this, you know, that looks already much more. Maybe here it's a bit too much, but that's not a big problem. Can fill this out easily. All right, something like this. And then also I want to change this pointy part here from his upper lip. I want to make this more visible. Wait, I think I have to do this on another layer. I have to do this on, oh no, wait, I think yeah, that's the correct layer. That was the correct layer. I can do this here, I think. Yeah, should be. If I, yeah, something like, you know, I want to make it a bit more visible, that he has a, I don't know what this is actually. It's a bit of, it's like a teeth, but it's not the teeth, I guess. It belongs to his upper lip. Something like this, you know. I mean, under the bubbles, it's not really that much visible, but yeah, let's leave it like this. Wait, set hi. Who said hi? Marika said hi. But why you wait, what? I don't get this message. It says Marika and then literally said hi. I don't know why. Hi, America. Anyway, I don't know why it says Marika and then literally what he or she wrote is said hi, you know? Instead of hi, just hi. It says said hi. Anyway. Okay. Actually, let me change the music. I don't like this one. Oh, I have an idea. Let's listen to that for a second. I hope I don't get copyrighted, by the way. I mean, not that it does much for my channel, I guess, but how was this called? Gifted Hands, right. Gifted Hands. I love this from him. Gifted Hands, why? I think it was Why Not Start, yeah. Why Not Start? Let's play Official, that's the one, I guess. Let's play this for now. Man, I love this. No drugs, no woman, or I don't know, no gangster shit, but only real, relatable, I don't know, real life kind of thing. Alright, let's continue then. Wait, okay. My part. No, why not start? Why not start? Hey. You know, I know what we can change here. I knew that something looks off, but I couldn't really pinpoint what it was. But let's go to his, or we are on his mouth actually already. So let's just, I mean, wait. Oh, I know what's going on here. Let's do this anyway, and then yeah, that looks much better. But now I have to correct the base layout of him, you know, that's why it doesn't look correct here. But let's erase this quick. System. Let's mask this and then we can erase some parts. Alright.
How things been going? What do you mean by so?
I mean, this part is just him talking and then place on my part, ready, set, go. And then my part, like saying and so. I try hard, like this. I mean, that looks much better. Oh man, like I said, some little things can make such a big difference. Alright, shall we continue his upper lip then, for now? Are his teeth a bit too bright, I figure. Maybe let's darken his upper teeth just a tick. Where's his teeth? Should be somewhere here. That's his eye. That's his teeth, right? Let's darken this just a bit, man. Turn this down. Oh wait, not here. Not this, but this. Turn this down. Even more. And then something like this, maybe. Yeah, I think it's better. And then wait a second, maybe his mouth is a bit too open, I guess. Yeah, I think we have to change this. Let's see. Should be more like this, you know? And then even now, maybe something like this, right? Okay, that's it, and then okay, maybe let's close this a bit. Let's close this a bit up. I think it's too open. Maybe his mouth is a bit too big. I don't know, something is looking off about this. Is his mouth too open, maybe? Let's see, I don't know quite yet. Maybe if we do this. I mean, now it looks a bit better. Just a bit. Okay. Then can we maybe make this even bigger? I don't know. Maybe like this. I don't know if it's big enough. Is it looking correct? Of course we have to change the shadow. And then also the light. Let's change the shadow first for this. Let's decrease this. Wait, what is this? What's happening? Oh, we have... Do we have the... Oh, we have the hard round brush. Soft round, pressure, opacity. Let's just pick soft rounds. Let's pick this. And then let's correct this real quick. Oh, didn't we? Oh, okay. Let's correct this part. Oh, I mean, I guess we have to make the shadow here a bit more obvious. And delete this, of course. Of course. Something like this, maybe. And then let's correct the lighting from here. Okay, that's done. And then I think we have to, you know, I think we have to increase the flow here, and then maybe even with the hard round brush, I don't know, but we have to make this a bit more visible. Maybe something like this. We want to make this really like as realistic as possible. Oh, I mean, we can change something here, but not now. Let's just continue. I mean, I have fruit flies here flying around. It's really annoying. Also, you know what? Shall we change the lighting just a bit? I mean, we can do this afterwards. Let's stick on his lips. Then I want to change this. The shadows. Wait, that's not this layer. That's this layer. Yeah, that's much better. Even maybe a shadow around here. Maybe that's too much. Decrease the flow. Let's decrease this, and then now we can. Yeah, something like this maybe. That looks good enough. Then also I want to make this like something like this. That looks a bit more realistic. But we have to mask this out here and fade it a bit. Yeah, look at that. It looks much more realistic. That looks much more realistic. Something like this. And then when we go, when we continue with the lighting, then it will even look much better than this. Let's see. I mean, this lip side should be a bit more like this. Then maybe even like this. Maybe even like this. Okay, let me just show you what I mean with the lighting and it being and it looking more realistic. You know, if we do, man, there are so many things someone can do to make this look great, but it's a time thing. You know, if you want to invest the time and then work on it, then you can make it look really nice. And also you have to have an eye for detail, just a bit. Okay, let me show you what I mean. I think I hope it will work. You know, if we light this a bit, very, very, very subtle, but if you do this and then light this up, this part where the shadow ends, basically, then you have something really. You will see what I mean. I hope it will look great.
Ask you about love. They quote me a sonnet.
Something like this.
Totally vulnerable. Oh my God, put an angel on earth just for you. Could rescue you from the depths of hell, and you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel.
Something like this. You know, it's a really small thing, but it makes a big difference in terms of being realistic. is mainly the I mean, after you add all the textures and stuff, then you can concentrate on this part. That makes most of the difference, I guess. Then also let's not forget this. And then let's do that. Or shall we do this on the other layer for our shadows? Yeah, maybe let's do this on the other layer. Right here. Or maybe shall we create another layer? I mean, we can, right? We can copy this and then just fill this with black. And then, just give me a second. Okay. Okay, just a second. I think everything is running. I hope. Now let's do this. Okay. All right. Let's continue. So we filled this with black, and then we can just paint the shadows. I want this much more darker than before. I mean, even till here, I think. Something like this, maybe. Also, let's do another trick here. Let's go to what's called blend if, and then let me see, underlying layer. Yeah, look at this. I mean, now it looks garbage, but let me show you what I want to achieve here. Look at this texture that comes out from this. And then if we break this apart and then take it all the way up to the right, and then maybe not all the way. Let's see. Let's take it to here, and then not all the way, but to make the transition a bit more smooth, you know. Look how this texture comes. This texture comes out. Yeah, man, that looks much better than before. You know, before, after. It's such a nice thing. Also, maybe we can do this with the other shadow layers. I mean, Shall we do this with the other layers? Let me think. Maybe let's just leave this for now to this layer. And then when we draw like this, it looks much more real. Alright. Shall we make this afterwards? Yeah, let's do this afterwards, because now we can't really see what we are drawing on. Let's do this right at the end. Okay. Let's turn this down for now. Maybe let's erase this. Just too much. Right. For now.
Following others' roads to destinations where nobody knows if it is right, but you dive and roll. Cause when you go out, people feel empty. If you were bold, God, it's all about the journey. So lucid, you must sit, trust when you wait. You struggle with the lucidity of your state. So
I mean,
take a breath.
shall we give this a bit more color?
Stop and realize and forever remain.
I think we can give this a bit more color. Is it too much now? Maybe it's too dark of a blue. Let's change this. Yeah, it's a bit too dark. I mean... What's that doing on multiply? I mean, that looks much better. But it's not that dark. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, let's leave it like this for now. Should we color on normal? I mean, on normal, of course, it doesn't look good. I want this to be colored a bit. Let's change this to multiply again for now. Is he a bit too dark, maybe? Did I go overboard with the shadows, maybe? Huh. Maybe I did, actually. Let me see, can we turn... Yeah, we can turn this down from the other layers. I mean, yeah. Maybe it should be a bit more bright. We can change this here maybe. Let's see. Above all this. I mean, let me just see for a second what we can do. Can we make him a bit brighter? Only him. Does this look too bright now? That looks too bright. A bit. Maybe just a bit. And we can change this afterwards anyway. Yeah, we can change this afterwards, but I think it should be a bit more bright. Let's just continue with the shadow for now. Wait, where was this? Okay. Let's remove some parts here. This. Maybe the exposure is a bit too much. Let's turn this up. Yeah, that looks better. No, it looks better. It was too dark, too less color. The shadows should be a bit more, not too dark, you know, not black, but they should have a bit color. Okay. Let me see. Let's turn the flow down. And then black. Maybe something like this. Man, I have fruit flies here flying around. Okay. Like this. Okay. That's the light. Okay. Let's continue here. You know what? I know what we can do here. Maybe this should be more dark here. I'm wondering, is this water a bit too blurry? I originally wanted the water to be more clear than this. Looks a bit too blurry. Then he should be blurry too, so maybe we can change the background actually. Maybe we can change the background. Where is this? Lugia project raws. Maybe we can we use, maybe we can use this actually. Oh no, that's the picture. That's the image that's the same image actually, right? I mean, that looks a bit blurry too. Maybe we can find some clearer water than this. Yeah, for now let's stick to this. And then we can change this later on. Wait, why is this so dark? Why is this part so dark? Shouldn't be that dark, right? I want to make this a bit more. Like this. Okay. Let's continue then. I mean, is he a bit too blue on the white, on his white parts? Maybe I should go to the, where's the color balance layer? Here's one. but I think this was the one. Yeah, this was the one. Maybe let's just decrease the blue tones on the highlights. Maybe let's decrease this a bit. Actually, maybe let's just lower this altogether. I mean, that's looking a bit better, I guess. You know what? We can just do this here. We can go to underlying layer on blend if and then take this from the brighter parts. Yeah, something like this, and then I can split this to make the transition a bit more smooth. Yeah, something like this. I like this a lot more, actually. A lot more. Yeah, that looks much better. Alright, let's see then. You have to change many things. Here, for example, shall we just make this dark altogether? I don't know, actually. Should we? Maybe let's make this dark. Before that, erase this. I don't like this. Also that. Was it this? Oh, I did this on his right arm or left arm. Or this here, right? Wait, not here. That's his thumb. Where's his right arm? Right here, I think. Yes. Okay, maybe let's delete this. I don't like this. I don't know. Then let's do this. I mean, you can do this here. You can do this here. Is it a bit too... Actually, wait. Is it a bit too pointy here? Yeah, maybe I have to change this a bit. Yeah, this doesn't look right. Maybe let's copy this and then clip this again. Then fill this with black. And then let's try to... Wait, why is this so... Okay. I think now. Whoa. Doesn't look too 3D right now. I don't know if this is actually better, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, change this a bit. Maybe like this. Something like this. That's too strong anyway, so maybe we can just decrease the opacity actually. Wait, before we do that, let's make something different. Let me mask this a bit out. To make this more smooth. And then we can just decrease the opacity now a bit. Maybe like this. Is it too much still?
Let me hit that.
Really?
I can handle it.
I
Okay.
am certain that you cannot.
Oh, come on, I smoked a ton of weed in the 90s.
Right.
What's
the
that?
90s.
Okay. Like this. And then also I can continue here with the shading. Yeah, maybe something like this, maybe, I don't know. And I mean, now it's too dark, right? But let's decrease it even more. I mean, do we need this even? Let's see. Oh, what am I doing? I have to do this here. Not too much, of course. And then let's see. Let's see. I don't know if that's actually better. Oh, this is nah. Maybe like this, I don't know. Let's quickly change this while we're here. That's a bit too sharp here. These don't look really natural. You know, a bit more round maybe. Ah, I can't do this here, but I can do this. I mean, something like this looks better. And then if you do this,
one day you'll figure this out. And when you do, you will change the world.
I guess. I guess I have to do this. I have to do this, I guess. So that looks a bit more 3D. Even though I don't quite like this, but yeah, maybe it's better this way. Let's see. Okay. And let's go back to the shadow layer here. To this. Oh, the flow is on 100? Wait. Oh, we are on hard trunk. Okay. Right here. That's the one. I want to darken this a bit. Wait, why is this? Why is this looking so weird? guess. I guess that's a bit too dark here. I don't know. Okay. Let's maybe brighten this a bit. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Then here. Wait, why is this? I think you should have the reflection here. I think that's the reflection also, and then let's mask this out here. That's a mistake. Here, and then let's mask this into here. If that's even... Yeah, I think from here we can mask this in. There's something here. I mean, I want to... Let's see, where is this? Is this? Oh, okay. That's this part. Can delete this. I think that's the correct one. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, let's copy this. Let's see. Want a bit here. Actually, we can just fill this with black and then take what we need. Wait, why is the opacity down? My opacity was at 0 for some reason. Man, it's not here. But I have to erase this. But coming from. Okay, that's from here. Yeah, something like this maybe. Then also, let's see. Maybe we can brighten this up, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's already bright. I don't actually like this. Maybe we can just duplicate this, then make it a bit more bright. I want this a bit more bright here. Not that much, but maybe something like this. Okay. Yeah, that looks already much better. Can we rasterize? No, I don't think that we can rasterize this. Anyway. Let me just check something real quick. Okay.
Man, fuck remote controller, man. What the fuck, nigga? It's PlayStation music. That's the mixtape PlayStation music.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look, you rap niggas is orphan. That's about in the boy.
Okay, let's make this what we talked about earlier. Maybe now it's a great time. Maybe right around here. And then again. Yeah, I can do this. Actually, wait. That's okay. That's this part. This. Yeah, that's the. Around here and then. Nah, man, wait. I lost it. Around here and then we can break this apart. Break this apart like this. Right? I mean, that gives us a bit more texture. Yeah. Like this. Oh, wait, what? Let's increase the flow. Actually. What is this music, man? Actually, let's change his belly, actually. Here, that's his belly. Oh wait, that's a shadow. Actually, let's just disable this for a second. And then here. Shall we just... Let's see. I mean, I guess we can just draw in the shadows like this. For now, at least. Wait, I'm not drawing anything. This music is so annoying. Okay. Maybe something like this. Some color variation is always welcome. Makes it look a bit more real. Okay. Then we have to make another exposure layer for the lighting. And then let's clip this. Wait. Oh, okay, that's here. That's great. Now let's invert this. And then let's try to, it's very subtle. Let's try to paint this thing here. So. Something like this. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, that looks much better than before. Before it just looked really 2D. Wait. I mean, we can erase this here. And then maybe like this, maybe. Maybe like this, more or less. More or less. I think should just erase this. Maybe erase this part. And oh, that's on normal? Not even on multiply, okay. Then let's... I want to brighten this a bit up. Because it's too dark for my liking. Maybe like this. Maybe something like this, and then... Actually, I want to give this a bit more color variation, so we can make another solid color layer. Let's take it blue. Yeah, maybe something like this, maybe. And then invert this. Maybe something like this. You know, on some parts, make it a bit... Give it a bit more color variation. Something here, and then... Something here. Now, of course, it's a bit too strong. So, let's see, can we put this on screen? Can we put this on color, maybe? I mean, does this change anything, even? Normal, and then color. I don't think that this changes much. So, let's change the color. Maybe something like this, actually. Maybe something like this, and then we can even take down the opacity a bit. Just a touch. Maybe something like this, maybe. And then actually I want to change his belly color in general. It looks a bit too... Maybe something like this, maybe? Yeah, maybe something like this. And then also, let's add shadow around here. Okay. Maybe something like this. I like it a bit more like this. Maybe let's take the saturation maybe down a bit more. Is it Maybe we can make it a bit maybe like this, and then change the color or the opacity rather. Yeah, I think something like this looks. For now, let's leave it like this. Huh. Maybe it's a bit too dark. Let's brighten this a bit. Maybe something like this. Let's leave it like this for now. And then... Is this on 50, right? Shall we make this a bit more obvious? Maybe, you know, if we take this down like this, and then if we, of course, 100 is a bit too much. Actually, is it? I don't know. It looks a bit better actually on 100, but maybe let's take this down to 80, 85 around. Let's say 84. Yeah, I mean, let's leave it like this for now, right? We'll leave it like this, and then... What can we do now? Shall we add his back thingies? Because he has stuff on his back, right? Right here. Yes, stuff on his back right here. Okay. I mean, is this a bit too greenish? Maybe I want to decrease the green here for a second. Give me a second. Just a second. Green. And then we can decrease the green. Then it gets darker though. So should we decrease this, or let's see. And maybe you can take this a bit down, and then blue. Maybe you can take the blues down as well. I don't know actually. Maybe we can do this in a different way. We decrease the blues here just a touch. Although I like it bright somehow. Maybe just a touch. And then, wasn't there a adjustment layer where we can do this? Channel mixer. Was it channel mixer? Oh yes. Then I think... Can't we take the greens down? Okay. Can take the greens... No, wait. Why is this? Oh, we are on the reds. Here I think we can take down the greens here. But when you do this, let's see. Let's see. How can we do this? Let's take this down. Well, not down, but... I mean, if you take this up, the greens increase somehow. If you take this down... greens. Maybe. Actually, maybe we have to do it like this. Can't we just take this down a touch and then mask this? I think so, right? Can do this. Let's say like this and then invert this. Then just paint it where we need this. Because not everything is greenish. Here was a bit green, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I mean it's subtle, but yeah, I mean it looks better. Let me increase this. Oh, decrease this rather. Yeah. Let's leave this at 5. Let's leave this at 5 maybe. Okay. Actually we can just... I think we can just... maybe 5 is a bit too much. Maybe 3. I didn't like this green here. So let's just merge this with this and then, yeah. Alright, that was a small thing, but it really bugged me. Now, what can we do from here? Let's see. I mean, I really want to change something. I really want to change the shadows around his belly, to be honest. That was the exposure. And what was his wait. That's the shadows for here. I mean, can I include this here? Let me see. Oh, that's the base. Then the shading. I mean, I want to shade this under his... Maybe I can do this here, actually. Let me see. Let's create another solid color. Actually, should we... Okay, let's create a color for this. Let's maybe choose something like this. Then set this on multiply. Invert it, of course. Not here. Right under his belly. And then we can paint this in, right? I want a bit of shadow around here. Yeah. Something like this. Looks already much better.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
Can we... Wait a second, we can clip this here. Wait a second. What is this though? That's the actual base, or body, let's say body. And then Exact. That's the actual base. Shall we do this here? I mean, we can leave this here. Doesn't really matter. Okay. That's his belly. And then also let me do something about this. Something about... Yeah, let me... That needs a bit more shadow. Needs to be a bit more dark, to be honest. And then... I guess here we can... Actually we can use exposure here. Maybe it's better this way. Not this, but let's take this down and then fill this with black again. So we can, but not here, under the belly layer. Can use this here. And then just make this darker, you know? It needs to be a bit more dark. Something like this. Alright, alright. But also... Wait. Do something about something. Yeah, we have to... Let me copy this above this. And then let's fill this with black. Yeah, that's better. Should be a bit more dark here. All right. Let's see. Actually, wait a second. Let me try something. Make this a bit more real. Make this look a bit more real. Again, that's a subtle thing, but you will see most of the things are really subtle, but it makes such a difference for realism. For example, here you can just extend this and then you will see what I mean. For example, here, then you can make this like this and so on. Yeah. That will make a difference. You know? That makes a big difference in terms of realism. Actually, let's take this a bit down. It's too strong, maybe. Yeah, something like this. Alright, alright. That's the part we can do this. That's a bit too strong. Let's turn this down. Oh. Maybe like this. Alright, that's the light. Let's do this here. It's very subtle, but like I said, very effective. Very effective. Effect. And then maybe you can break this here apart. Or something like this. No? Tell me that doesn't look better than before. More realistic. I think it does. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Actually, shall we? Let's see. I want this to be... Where is it? No, that's the bubble. Okay, that's it. That's here. No, actually I want this. Let's copy this first. And then let's delete this mask for this. I want this here even to touch this a bit. Let's see. Let's mask that. I mean, without and with this. To be honest, let's invert this, and then we can paint this where we need it. I want to touch this a bit, to be honest. Maybe not too much, but yeah, that should be here. Okay, now we can make this a bit more subtle. Delete this part and then actually, can we let me see. Where's the pause? I mean, here it's too much, because here the shadow begins and we have to delete this around the shadow, of course. Something like this. Something like this. Man, I love this. Let me check the stream real quick. Where is it? Should we leave this part? I don't know. I mean, I think, let's see. I mean, here where there's shadow, can delete this shadow, maybe. Then maybe then it would fit a bit more. Should we delete this? It's not this, but that's... Where's this? Okay, here. You have to delete the shadow around here. Wait, didn't really. I think the shadow is somewhere else. I mean, should it touch even there? Let's see, I don't know. It's like this, it looks a bit weird, but I don't know. It looks a bit weird, to be honest with you. Let's see. I think that The shadow should be... I mean, if the light comes from here, then this should cast a shadow. His wing should cast a shadow. Maybe I have to... Yeah, I have to do this actually. I have to complete this, but let's delete this for now. I don't like it. Was it this? Yeah. Let's delete this part here. We don't need this, to be honest. Let's delete this. I mean, let's delete that. Yeah, something like this. And then wait, what's that? Oh, that's the atmosphere, or rather, yeah, I mean the water. Yeah, let's leave this here. And then should we draw this shadow here on this layer, or maybe on the other one? I mean, maybe we can draw this here actually. Let's try, you know, like this, and then his wing should cast a shadow maybe here, around here, you know, from here to here, and this should be in shadow more or less. Wait, oh wait, let's make a new layer. Let's not use this. It wouldn't make much sense. Okay, let's copy this, but then we have to change the blend of. Let's reset this, and now we can fill this with black. Maybe now we can try. You know, this should cast a shadow. Should cast a shadow. Maybe here. Something like this, maybe. I guess this should be a hard shadow, right? This should be hard, I guess. Something like this. I think even harder. We can go to the mask. And then maybe we can increase the contrast here to make this a bit more sharp. Yeah, I mean something like this. Then of course it's a bit too much. Let's try to delete this, or even should we increase it here? we increase this? Let's see. Shadow here maybe. Maybe something like this. I mean, is this accurate? I don't know if this is accurate, to be honest. But let's remove this here for now. Then let's look at it like this. I don't know if the shadow is correct, but let's try it anyway. Maybe it should cast the shadow more like this, you know? And then maybe we can decrease the opacity. I don't know if this helps. I mean, kinda. It helps a bit, but... I think the shadow direction is a bit incorrect. I think it should be more like this. More like this, maybe. Not like this, but... yeah, something like this, maybe. Why is the music gone? Okay. Let's check the stream. Okay. Should we just even darken this part here? And darker here. I think something like this looks okay-ish. I think so. Let's delete this here. Then we can paint this here with that layer and that color. That's a bit better. I mean, should we make this shadow even more pronounced, or the edges more pronounced at least. Oh man, that looks even better. Like this. But then let's do this. Yeah, I mean, I think that looks better. The edge is a bit more pronounced. I think the shadow should be, yeah, a bit more hard than soft. Then maybe darker here, maybe. You know. Maybe like this. And I want to give this a bit more realism. Like this. So let's see. Shall we do this here then, or? I mean, we can try this here on this light layer that we already have. Let me show you what I want to do here. Oh, I don't even know if this is accurate. Maybe we should do this here on the shadow layer. Maybe you can do this here. Let's try. Like this. Let's increase the flow a bit. And then let's even make this. You know, something like this. I don't actually like this part here. Let's delete that. Oh wait. I mean, we can't really. Let's see. You have to paint this in actually. Can't just delete this because we did it on the shadow layer. Maybe we should have used another layer for this. extra layer. Yeah, maybe we can actually that. Maybe something on this, in this direction. That actually looks a bit nice, I guess. Can we change something about him? Maybe about his, let's see, where's his right arm or left arm? That's not it. I mean here, here's his left arm. I mean, oh okay. That's here, not on his arm. The light reflection. Yeah, that's this. Wait, is it? No, wait. Wait a second. Is this not clipped? Why is it not clipped? What's this music, man? Okay, let's move this around a bit. Then, oh, okay, here that's not correct. Yeah, actually, let's make this total black and then let's paint parts in that we want. That's better. Like this. Okay, let's leave it like this for now. And then let's see if we can find a part that we want. Okay, I like this part here. And let's do this again. Just a second. Okay, I like this part. Of course, that's a bit too much. Let's delete this. Let's delete it here. And then here, of course, till here. Yeah, I mean, that looks okay. Maybe even delete it till here. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Let's see now. What can we do? I think let's leave it here then for now. It's pretty late here, and then I think we can continue tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, from here on, it's just the little details, you know? The little details go a long, long way. Let me see, why is this? Why is this kinda... Okay, that's, of course, we have to mask this out. Let me do this real quick, and then we have to mask this out here. Because, of course, that's shadow. And that doesn't make much sense. Something like this. And then... maybe even here. Maybe even here. Alright. Like this. I mean, does this just look weird, or? Oh, that's the bubbles. Oh, okay. That's the bubble. Then maybe, let's find out. Is it this? Or this? It's not this. Let's see, maybe it's this. Okay, it's this. I want to mask this out here. I don't like this here. Okay. That was a small thing, but yeah, it did annoy me a bit. Alright. Like I said, then let's continue tomorrow and end the stream here. Yeah, and then came a long way, I think. Especially the belly part got really more realistic. Yeah, and then the mouth, of course. I mean, yeah, the mouth, yeah, looks really more realistic than yesterday. Alright, then let's end the stream here and continue tomorrow. Bye bye.